And welcome back to I said the wrong one again. Oasis Valley Mysteries, session 61. Uh, Previously in the lingering stain of guilt mystery, we attended a wrestling match. Another one of Ladama Chupacabra's second official match in the local ring, going up against another kind of heritage wrestler under the name of La Viper, um, or just the Viper. You fortunately did not win again, but it was still a close match. You actually bonded with the other wrestler in the afterwards, but um, it was unfortunate that that night of sportsman sports and sorry, I'm stumbling a bit. Um, Unfortunately, the night's of entertainment was disrupted by a blood curdling scream as you rushed back and discovered the contorted body of, or contorted in the throes of death, the still smoking body of Reginald Adena, the promoter for the wrestling league, as well as other businesses throughout the town, it seems. As Hanzo, you spotted the assumed assassin, a strange, gross, greenish, yellowish green mass with a strangely human eyeball that stared at you before it slid away into the sewers. The uh, Turns out that there might be some similarities in a previous case, the flame-handed killer, as pointed out by Detective Bentley and some of the others, as Soda Karada had been seen departing from the wrestling ring as moments before the scream rang out. After leaving a note, seemingly compelled, as he revealed to Carlos and Tommy, compelled by the Kasha spirit within him, leaving behind a note partially burned saying, "The guilty will burn at its touch." And investigating the body, Hanzo, you recognize similar wounds around the neck, looking like the ligature marks of someone that had been strangled but burned in chemically. Um,
Shit's
the
fucked, man.
Yeah, and unfortunately, uh, one of the people seemingly connected to this poor deceased man was a teenager by the name of um, Anna. Right,
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure that was Anna, but I just wanted to make
It
sure I didn't
is.
mix it
Yeah.
up with another character's name. Um, and Anna, the seemingly Reginald, being a family friend, recognized him and was understandably distraught. Uh, they're on a date with Olivia's sister, but you know, putting a damper on the mood, I suppose. But
The gay runs in the family.
yeah,
One could say it killed the mood.
yeah. um, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, the police showed up, canvassed the area. Seemed to be no one had been in or out of the restroom. Hanzo, you had actually been the one. I think you or Olivia were the one to kick down the door. I can't remember.
Yep.
One of us.
Sounds more like an Olivia thing, I think.
Yes.
But
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I shoulder checked it and fucked up my shoulder.
Yes, which
oh
means you
yeah,
need to sleep and recover.
but yeah, it's gonna be a fun bruise. But you
Pretty scarred though.
with the police taking over the scene and the civilians being ushered out after statements were taken and interviewed, Detective Bentley speaking with you briefly, Hanzo, about the strangeness of the case, especially considering the similarities to the previous death the previous day. Someone that also seemed to be connected to Anna in some way. But splitting up, everyone went home. Fred, you got your kids home after yet another intense night, which should have just been a family outing. Um, but yeah, Olivia, you went home with your sister and Anna, and rang up her stepdad, as she called him, although she never called him dad or anything. Uh, Called a man named Jonathan and uh, told him that what had happened and that Anna would be staying with you for the night. But he seemed less concerned about that than with how the man died before hanging up when you tried to demand clarification. And despite how many times you tried to call back that night, it would always go to the voicemail where it would be just the voice of him and Anna announcing the household. And we left off, or well, we resumed tonight with Olivia. I'm sure you wanted to go out and investigate further, but the day had been kind of exhausting. You had put in a day of work before even going to your wrestling gig,
Yeah.
so you were exhausted, and plus you might have rethunk about had second thoughts about leaving your kid sister. She's a teenager now, but these two teenagers alone after an incident like this.
Yeah, they need just someone to lean on if they need it.
Mhm. But uh, let's see. I'm trying to think of what I was going to how I was going to leave this in. Oh my god! You ever have that? It's like you have the thought and it's there, and then suddenly it's like
Mm-hmm.
someone ran up behind you and cleared the
Oh,
etch a
all the
sketch.
time. It's called It's called ADHD.
I mean, yeah, maybe I should get medicated or bitch something about that. No, I wonder about this world
Maybe.
that medication is very affordable and advanced. Might have something to tell you about that. My opinions. Anyways,
Yeah, huh? Weird.
or how even before I revealed things, Olivia's backstory is like, oh yeah, you got free transition cure, no problem.
Yep.
Okay. Anyways,
No, it's Oasis Valley is just woke.
I mean, it's a yeah. Anyways, um, sorry, I'm trying to think of how I'm gonna start this.
Next day, you said?
Yeah, the next day, uh, Tommy,
Yo.
you're you're back at your home camp,
Mm-hmm.
down in the drainage tunnel.
Right.
Just kind of you're snoozing when your keen ears kind of prick up to that the familiar sound of talons skittering across the cement, and you wake up to see the kind of basilisk shaped form of Carnagor approaching, uh, sticking to the ceiling almost like a gecko.
What up?
So Carlos, he's asleep or something. I don't know where he's at, but something happened. Something's up with the ride. It smells like puke. If you can imagine like a lizard snake hybrid, make a face
Mhm.
of like cat no like banana, kind of like that.
Banana cat, yeah.
Don't worry. I know how to wake him up. Does Carlos have windows to his bedroom?
Yeah, where
There
does
is
Carlos sleep?
Carlos sleeps in the back area on the couch most of the time.
But does it have windows? Is my
Not
question.
particularly.
You're
It's
gonna
a
need to
back
get you a
room.
Winnebago or something.
Okay.
A wizard with a Winnebago.
Hmm.
The wizard bandana.
Tommy's just gonna start tossing rocks at the wall.
You know, you have a radio.
But this is more
Yeah,
fun.
what's your point?
He also chooses to live in a sewer.
Yeah.
Touche.
But Carlos, you hear the persistent tinking of something against the wall.
Thunk.
There's a sigh reaching for the old rusty pistol. Like slumpily standing up, goes to the door, kicks it out, arm gun out. It's like, if you kids don't stop throwing the damn rocks, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Ah, there you are, Carlos.
Tommy, you have a key.
Yeah, what's your point?
You can just come in.
Yeah, what's your point? Anyway, this was urgent.
All the more
Appa-
reason to just come in.
Yeah, but now you're standing. Anyway, Karnagor says that you're in the ride, it's smelling like puke. So that might be something up.
God damn it, is the sewage line leaking again? I thought I fixed that shit.
It might be something related to the superorganism.
I'm not denying that we're hoping it's not.
Yeah, when you're
Good luck,
hoping
baby.
that it's just a sewage line leak.
Maybe you're hoping it's not related to the superorganism.
But you got to check it, and
Yep.
there. At first, you don't really smell anything out of the ordinary beyond, there's the typical like machinery oil smell. Especially since you've done recent repairs on this, it still has that new ride smell. But
Yep.
um, but after a moment, as Carnagor, you see her kind of. It's almost like someone doing the like magic eye thing, where you thought you were just looking at like a piece of the background, and then all of a sudden she color shifts and she's just suddenly there instead of blending into the background. And she goes, as her tongue, or very snake-like tongue, flicks out a couple of times. It's faint, but it's, I don't know how to describe it. It smells like puke.
Bile.
Yeah. Or well, you're not there, so.
Let's see what's smelling like bile.
That was Hanzo who said bile, right?
Yes, that was me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Carlos would just be like, would say that, just like, all right, let's see what smells like bile here.
And actually, Tommy,
Yo.
you have the enhanced senses. Yeah, it takes you, Carlos. You don't notice anything because in that area you are a human. But Tommy, it takes a couple of sniffs before you're like, ew, yeah. There's that like almost Parmesan cheese kind of acridness.
No, oh no.
Go on.
And you do the cat banana face.
I'm doing the cat banana face.
Yep. I like Parmesan cheese, but I do not like the smell of it. Anyways, yeah, it's faint. It doesn't smell like someone threw up in a corner somewhere that'd be stronger than that, but it's just if you want, investigate a mystery.
Yes. Okay. Let's let the sheet load for a second. There we go. And Submit. Submit.
Let's see. Oh no. What is with
Hey.
roll 20
It's
and
finicky.
Tommy? Hold on, I'm checking a text. Oh. Okay, that's good. So yeah, investigate a mystery. On a miss. Hmm. I don't know how to how you would. I don't know how to handle this with just the.
Tommy, were you drinking again? Is that why you can't pick up the trail?
No,
No.
I'm suddenly feeling very stupid.
No.
But so Tommy,
Mm-hmm.
you do the bloodhound sniff around, and you know you're just not getting anything. Like you only can sense it's there because Carnagor's pointed it out.
Yeah.
Um, but you just get kind of frustrated and confused as you walk through the ride, but nothing jumps out or occurs to you. But it's like, yeah, with the 5, you can't really tell much of anything. Carlos, you can't really using human senses do anything, but you do have magic stuff.
Yep.
To be fair to Tommy, I had my mic muted when I made this point, but to be fair to Tommy, trying to sniff something after you get a big whiff of bile is probably not gonna go very well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Probably burn some receptors in his nose.
Oh yeah. You know what?
Mates. Yeah.
Actually, yeah. It's not that you don't detect anything, but Tommy,
Mhm.
it's like you start to just to rewind a bit. You start to sniff around before you just get. It's like someone threw like a stink bomb right at your face, just level intensity. You're just
Yeah.
it's you go from cat banana cat to the horrible videos of like a dog just like just horrible gagging retching.
Uh,
Poor Tommy.
Like that was real bad.
Yeah.
well, this has been a session of wonderful smells and sounds so far.
Welcome to the
I'm-
body horror campaign.
Yeah, I knew this was gonna be a nasty one when I came up with this. Okay, 9. So, uh, Carlos, how does it look, and what are you trying to discern with your use magic?
I'm
I'd
mostly
say-
just trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay, you know,
'Cause
we'll
like,
just
I
say that
can't-
you use magic for the investigative mystery rule. So, what happened here?
Sure, what happened here?
Yeah, you know, with the 9, you get a hold of 1. So, what happened here? What sort of creature? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was going to do? What has being concealed here? You know, some of those might not be as relevant.
Okay. I guess the question first would be what happened here? Trying to figure out the origin of this smell that I can't really smell.
So, this is sort of like, I guess, your psychometry almost. Tapping
Sure.
into that, trying to figure out. Sorry, I'm not trying to like railroad you, even though you're in a railroad ride.
Mhm.
Um, sorry. Let me know if I'm like fumbling.
You're fine.
So, describe how your psychometry works again. How does it look to Tommy and
Psychometry.
Carnivore as Tommy's recovering?
Here, hold on. So the psychometry, I have to remember which one that is here for a second.
That's like getting an impression or vision of past events. You tried it the previous night and got thrown across the room when you fumbled it.
Right, that's the locator spell more than anything else.
Not the locator. This is more of the uh, vision of what happened previously.
Okay.
Live
It's
through
a
the memory
flashback
of
spell.
objects.
Yeah. Objects are locations.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just kind of blanking here for what that would look like. Um. Yeah, sorry, boss. I don't know.
Okay.
Like look like a migraine because I'm. It feels like what I'm having right now.
You okay?
Are you? Do you want to
I'm
keep
fine.
playing, or we can
It's
postpone since
fine.
we're still in the beginning?
We're keep going. We're already started.
You could have said something before.
It's fine. Just keep going.
Okay, so as you look into the through your magic into the past. Hold on, where is it?
Back to the past, Samurai Jack.
Oh my god. Um,
That was the softest shut up I've ever heard.
so it's not so much you see a vision, Carlos, as you, not to get a little synesthetic when you're having a migraine, but you look to where Tommy kind of had that reaction all of a sudden as he was trying to walk through, as you step closer, as you know, it's a section of the ride where um but it's a section of the ride where it's through this area known as the Gastric Lakes. It was one of the it was one of the public areas. You know, kind of like the coral galleries were, where during certain times of the superorganism season, it was safe enough for people to go through. Uh, Kind of like a nature walk. It was comparable to like Yellowstone, where there were raised platforms that would go around these caustic pools, and which uh, you know, maybe makes sense for what Carnivore and Tommy were reacting to, as you hear the kind of like, does your ride have like sound effects for it, like depending on where the cart is?
Yeah, there's probably a few programmed into there here and there.
Yeah, and the ride is off. It's completely off. You don't want to be walking around with it going, so it's turned off. But you do hear the like faint bubbling. You hear the static of the speakers crackle, but it's through your headphones as you hear the sound effect, soundtrack of the bubbling, but also a gentle in the distance. Wait. You hear a distant song, a song that recently played through these headphones when Soda had pushed the play button, feeling an impulse from the Kasha.
Fucker.
And you realize nothing passed through here, but you get the feeling that something about your ride is tied to the superorganism. and it's almost like it's dropped this clue. You get the feeling that whatever is going on is tied to that location in the superorganism, which, if you remember what Hanzo and you saw with the body, does seem to track with the caustic wounds around the neck. But then you blink and you are back where you are standing.
You okay?
Yeah. Whatever this thing is, it's tied to the caustic lakes. That's why it smells like bile, because apparently when you make a ride of the superorganism on top of the superorganism, it likes to use it like a jukebox.
Only if you're a
You'd
magic man.
also
Well, I could have
remember
told you that.
that the the presence of wish magic recently might have had something to do with this, altering it.
Yeah, the fucking wish bastard. I don't think it's anything in particular. I'm not sensing anybody here. Sorry, darling. It's just trying to tell us that whatever's doing all these mass murders we're investigating is just related to the caustic lakes down below.
Yeah, Cargo's perched up on like one of the animatronics, just like yeah. I mean, it was kind of funny. Tommy, you looked like you were gonna just puke everywhere, and you just looked like you. It looked like if you had opened your eyes, I would just see static. You just kind of zoned out there.
Yeah, that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Carnivore, a creation of mad science. Man, this magic shit's weird.
I mean, yeah, that really is.
You see, there's an explanation for what I am. I just don't know it.
So,
Yep.
okay. So you got that little tidbit. No, they'll move from the scene here. You can contact the others eventually and let them know. You
Oh
got
yeah.
that little tidbit. But
If I
let's see.
may,
Huh?
Olivia wants to call Hanzo first thing in the morning.
Okay, that would be a good way to segue. Hanzo, you're at home, I assume, when fairly early in the morning. You might be up. You might be an early bird, but
Olivia is.
yeah. So your phone
Although having a
rings.
vampire girlfriend fucks with your sleep schedule.
Speaking
does.
I
of,
bet it does.
if you pay attention when you get up to do this phone call, you might see a tiny bat flying away. Or maybe a not so tiny bat.
Oh.
Yeah, you're like looking out the window. Might be pre-dawn still, as you see a shape of a bat flutter away.
Squints. Looks at the Dama Chupacabra mask. Fucking. Find answers eventually.
I like
Yeah,
that can
Hanzo-
accidentally fuck with you.
Just constantly use your shape-shifting to just mess with Olivia.
Well, apparently,
Be
from how
careful.
long Winifred has lived, she's only figured out shape shifting now, of all things. So of course she's gonna use it.
It's something new, yeah.
Apparently,
yeah.
hundreds, maybe even thousands of years old, and now suddenly has a new toy.
Yeah. Do you know how bored you get after
What kind of-
thousands of years?
What kind of ringtone do you have, Hanzo?
It would just be the normal
Yeah,
phone ringtone inside the house
yeah.
or
Aw.
apartment. I don't think they have custom ringtones by this point.
No, they don't.
Sure they do.
Nor would he have any.
Oh,
Not you're calling a house phone.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't think Hanzo would have taken the effort to install a custom phone like that. But yeah, it sounds like you were getting a phone call early morning.
Speaking.
Hey, it's Olivia. Uh, when I got home last night and called Anne's stepdad, Jonathan, and he knew more than you. Okay, no, I could say he knows more than he's letting on, but he was pretty obvious about the fact that he knew more than I did. And hung up on me partway through, even after, and then I just did not answer after I called him back repeatedly. I think he's doing something rash. I mean, I'd say that, but I don't know who he would do it to. But he clearly knows more about this than we do.
Tell me exactly what you said to him and what he said to you.
I told him that, what was his name? The guy who got killed?
Reggie or Reginald?
Yeah. I told him that something had happened to Reggie. He was killed, but he jumped right to how did he die?
Well, he probably heard about the first victim. They're all connected to each other, so that makes sense.
I guess. Yeah.
I'll look into it.
You're not the only one, because yeah, I'm concerned. He knows more about what's going on here, and he might be planning to do something rash. It's the vibe I got, at least.
In his position, he probably was trying to protect himself.
Yeah, but it's not all. This isn't only just about him. So
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna make sure these two are settled in, or what their plan is for the day, and then I'm gonna go looking for them.
And how exactly do you plan on doing that?
Don't know yet. But I called you first. Figure I can check the phone book, see where he lives. Or, I guess, just ask Anne.
And how are you going to phrase
Tell her
it
I
in
want to
such a
go
way
check
that
on him.
won't set her off?
Hey, what's your address so I can go check on your mom and your stepdad?
Very good.
No offense, but like, I've got some tact.
Everyone can use reminders.
Girl, are you go? What are you going? What are you doing? What's your plan of attack?
There's some kind of connection between him and the other victims. When I looked into the
Obviously.
first one, there was some kind of... There was black ink involved. Perhaps as the situation has escalated, I may yet get the clearance to find out what unites them all, and what might motivate revenge killings.
So that's what you are going to go. So I'll go to his house and see what I can learn there, and then if I get anything, I'll hit you up on the radio.
Be careful going there alone.
I'm not gonna say I'll be fine, because I don't know that. and there's some shady shit going on, but I'll be as careful as I can.
Very well.
I tell you to be safe, but you're just going to you're just going to pluripotent, so
What's the implication there?
he's safe in pluripotent. He works there.
Oh, I thought you were trying to imply he wasn't.
I'm sure her little anti-capitalist heart would like to add something to that, but goes without saying.
Death to corpos.
Death to corpus.
Unfortunately, I am a corpo, so.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of the problem with Isaac too.
Olivia and Hanzo have had an interesting relationship.
Friendly antagonism.
Yeah.
So, you hang up the phone, and Olivia, you turn around and see your sister looking, just squinting at you with a tired look. Shady shit's going down. She kind of like glances back over her shoulder to like her room, and then she like lowers her voice. It's about Anna's stepdad. What's going on?
And Olivia gave Anne her bed. She did not. She did not welcome.
Oh, right. Okay. So yeah. So she would be looking back towards your room.
Yeah. I was like, I'm happy for you two. I'm not gonna let you sleep in the same room. That just feels a little weird. But yeah. Good morning to you too.
Yeah, I was just trying to go to the bathroom, and then I heard you talking on the phone. I know it's you don't normally have to watch your volume since you live alone, but
Yeah, no, you're fine. This is.
hey, at least you're not
Normal.
like mom who likes to wake us up with the coffee grinder. You remember that nonsense?
God, yeah.
Actually, no, she wouldn't say nonsense. She would just straight up go that bullshit.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah, I remember.
Anyways, what's up with Jonathan?
Um, when I know more, I'll let you know more. Assuming it's something that you can know.
She kind of rolls her eyes at that.
Okay, God, how do I'm doing a bad job at wording this. I don't know for sure anything yet. You have a girlfriend to console, and do you really want to know something and then not tell her?
I think you should roll and manipulate someone.
Fuck! Wait, why? No.
You keep
It's
trying to
funny.
manipulate people. You keep getting asked to get rolled, and then you go no.
I'm just talking to my sister. Oh God.
I know, but she's
What?
like really concerned about this situation. Someone killed
I
her. Like,
know.
oh, roll
Fuck.
20.
God.
I think your line in this series is, "No, I don't want to manipulate someone. No, don't make me do that."
Don't make
And
me do roll.
she just like her expression becomes stony, and she's just like, Olivia, I'm your sister. Don't treat me like a fucking kid just because I'm younger than you by what?
I'm not trying.
9 years
I'm
or
not.
something.
Okay. First of all, I know you're not a kid, and I'm not trying to treat you like one. I don't want
No.
you to have to.
Okay, then you don't tell me. You go do what you need to do. I'll make sure Anna's.
No. Okay. All right. Relax. Did you? Yeah, there was another murder the other day, and I look
Yeah,
into shady shit around here, and I
Anna
think
was
there's
telling
some
me
kind
about
of.
it. It was another friend of the family, so she's really freaked out. So
Did I know that part?
nope.
Wait,
Winifred heard about it, but you didn't.
she knew? She knew the other guy?
Yeah, apparently, like old friends with her stepdad and that Reggie guy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he she was really freaked out about it. I mean, why should I be telling you this? It's like
Well, okay,
I gotta think back to that 3.
Hey, well, this is not what Olivia wanted. She didn't want to give details, so
Yeah, but now you're coaxing her to give details, and she's like, "Wait, if you're not gonna give details, why should I give details?" You know,
yeah,
siblings.
siblings. All right, I look. I'm going to ask Anne her address so I can go check things
Anna.
out. Anna, sorry. I'm gonna go ask. I'm gonna ask Anna her address so I can go check on Jonathan, make sure he's okay and nothing rash has happened. That is legitimately what I'm going to do. All I have otherwise are bits and pieces and suspicions. I have kind of taken up investigating weird shit around town.
I mean, it's your house, so can't stop you.
Yeah, I know. No, I don't know. I'm not trying to. You're not. You're not a prisoner here. You're.
Oh, I know. I ran away from Dad to come hang out with you. I
I
know.
know.
Opposite
I
of a
just.
prison.
I don't want you to feel like you're in a. That you have to run away from somebody else. All right.
All right, I get it. No, it's just it's too early for this bullshit, Olivia.
That's fair.
So,
I. I know I'm the morning person in the family.
so, just to speed things up, she'll, you know, she'll stand down. I guess. She's still very frustrated, but
Yeah, Olivia's frustrated too because like she didn't want to give anything because she's concerned about things. But it's like, well, I fucked
yeah,
up,
but
so
you
a
also
roll
remember being a
off.
teenager where it's like, oh, they're not telling me something for my own safety. What? Because I'm a fucking kid? Come on.
Yeah,
No, I like
Liv-
it's you know. I hope I'm trying
yeah.
to be believable with the teenager angle.
No, I think you're doing very good.
So, do you go to wake her up, Anna?
Yeah, I'll like peek in, see if there's any movement in my room, and then knock on the wall.
Yeah. She wakes up when you knock, and she's like looks at the time. Is like, something happened. It's early.
No, nothing's happened. You can go back to sleep as soon as I
And she like rubs her eyes as
I'm
she sits
done
up.
checking on you.
She's like, what? So what? What's going on?
I wanted to check on things, see how you were doing, and go see how Jonathan was doing.
Oh, you said you called him last night, right?
Yeah, I let him know that something happened. I didn't have as much details as even you, I don't think, but he seemed upset. So I want to go and check on him.
Oh yeah, he was friends with Reg since they were in college, I think. But
Yeah, but I want to check on you too and see if I could get your address so I can go there and check on him.
oh, um, yeah, sure. Wait, is he not answering the phone? I mean, it is early, so.
Yeah, it's pretty early.
So yeah, she'll write it down, and it's a decent distance away. It's not like across town, but it's a different neighborhood.
Yeah.
Still need to make a city map or a valley map.
How are you? Yeah. How you holding up, kid?
Well, when I find that when an adult asks someone that who's younger than them, uh, they are more concerned. It's like, should I do anything rather than how concerned they actually are. Sorry,
Hey,
that
hey,
came up
hey.
bitchy.
No, my parents are split too. I get it.
Oh,
It
I mean,
having like the adult. She throw out his air quotes with that. Be like, hey kiddo, what's up? Is it? Yeah, that sucks.
right across town making breakfast for his kid sneezes.
I shit sucks. More shit keeps happening. It also sucks.
I will say, because I made that joke earlier, there's no insight checks. So I think you would kind of notice she kind of like had this look when you said kid of the split parents.
Yeah.
But she didn't like comment on it. She was just like brief little like flicker of just like an uncertain expression.
Yeah, Olivia like pauses. Is I take it that you and Jonathan are the closest.
Why do you say that?
You call him Jonathan.
Yeah.
I mean, just I don't know. My parents never remarried, so I don't really know have how the
Oh, he's he's not my
that
dad. Well, he's my he's my I guess adopted dad is best term for it.
yeah.
He's the one taking care of me.
Okay, but like, does do you like him? My parents have both been in relationships that I was not particularly fond of.
Yeah, he's okay. He's never he's always taking care of me. You know, tend
Yeah,
to.
but like, there's a difference between taking care of you and actually like being a good father
She's
figure. You
starting
know.
to like frown and clam up a bit. She's like, "What are you getting at?"
I mean, I just want to know if you're that everything's okay.
He's not doing anything to me. If that's what you're asking.
No, no, God, no.
No,
Shit.
he's he's yeah. I get he's kind of like he's always kind of been a depressed guy, but he's always been a good you know caretaker.
Good, good.
Depressed?
Wait, why is he depressed?
She kind of clams up at that. Well,
Hey, hey. There's no shame in being depressed.
no, I know.
Hey, I'm
I
gonna
don't
go check
want
on
to
him.
talk
I
about
just
this right now.
okay. Yeah, no, that's fair. Hey, accept.
I
I'm gonna go
haven't I
check
haven't
on
even
him.
talked to Nicole about this, so
Okay, yeah. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna go check on him. You take it easy. Uh, if you want to, you can feed the snake. His food is marked for how much when and how much he gets because
she
I'm
kind of makes
very
a face at that. She's like, "Oh,
Harmless.
hey. It's if she wants to, because like some
yeah."
people will be like,
You know
some
your
kids will be like, oh
sister would.
cool,
Oh no, yeah, that's your sister.
yeah.
Anna might.
Uh,
You get Anna's a little more
Normie.
compared to your sister's tomboy.
Gotcha.
Not tomboy, but skater punk,
I assure you, madam,
Yeah.
the snake is harmless.
and is
Big
more of a
fat
Yeah,
punk,
bug.
I guess.
Olivia chuckles. Don't worry, you don't have to. I'm sure Nicole's would
Yeah.
though, so you can break that to her.
Okay.
But yeah, go ahead and get some more sleep if you need it. There's stuff in the fridge. I'll leave some money on the table if you two want to order like a pizza or something.
Okay. Thanks, and thanks for letting me stay.
Yeah, I wish there was more I could do for you, but I'll do what I can.
She nods, and you excuse yourself,
Yeah.
and so your sister, she's like standing in the hallway, kind of checks in on you before she goes back to her room, and you can head out.
Yeah.
So about that time, Fred, because of your fucked up sleep schedule, being a night watchman, but now having
Yeah.
to deal with your kids during the day, not having to deal, but having your kids around,
Yeah.
having to deal with them, so kind of puts a bad connotation on it. But um, so you'd be up when you would uh, see you look out the front window. The sun is almost sunrise as you see a bat kind of flop down, and then all you blink, and then Winifred's there.
Hey ho, Winifred.
Hey, good morning to you.
Yep.
Your kids are still asleep.
The specification says a lot.
What?
Good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
That's not what I was going for, yeah.
Winifred's not the sort of person who wishes people good morning.
She always says good morning
Oh.
to you, but she always pauses before she says to you, and only a few people have ever picked up on it.
So I know Winifred's place is kind of on the outskirts of town.
Yep.
Like, the town's expanded a bit, so the town's closer than when you moved into this building, however long ago that was. But the would Winifred or Fred be the kind to get the newspaper? Like be part of the delivery route, because it wouldn't
I
be
feel-
full.
I feel like Fred would do it by routine. But he wouldn't have much use for it, so he would just end up like recycling it at the end of the week.
Winifred
Maybe
gets
get
a
the
newspaper
the coupons.
subscription specifically to have free materials to make paper mache things.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like as a parent in the '90s, you would definitely want the newspaper because your
Yeah.
kids are going to need that shit for arts and crafts projects for school.
Oh yeah. But yeah. By this point, the newspaper truck or delivery person would have swung by, because there are other isolated homes like this, so that they have someone
so you
with a
get this-
truck that goes out.
You get the typical thump against the door as the paper hits it.
Yeah, but it's there on the ground, and whatever. When you pick it up, there is the big headline. It's like typhoon coming to the Oasis. 4 days, until the opening of the Desert Typhoon Water Park.
Oh.
Tickets half price for during opening day, and everyone gets a free free hot dog or corn dog, your choice, with proof of purchase of a ticket, that kind of thing. But then on the lower thing, it says not on the front page but on a different one, you see the headline saying beloved beloved local promoter found slain during wrestling match by Sheila Riggy.
Olivia would be so annoyed that it says wrestling.
Why?
Because It's luchador.
Well, there was also other wrestling
Hey.
too. Yeah,
Look,
but yeah.
it's yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Should be annoyed.
save that for if you run into Sheila later.
And she'll read that and note if they got anything wrong or got anything right that's suspicious that they got right.
Yeah, so reading through it, it says doesn't specify what killed him or how he died. Just saying that local Reginald Dedina, promoter for various businesses, including the wrestling league that he was overseeing that night, uh, was found slain. You know, specifically using the word slain and murdered during the article. Uh, but saying that the police are still investigating and have not released details, any further details, but uh, un but unnamed sources suggest connection to previous or to a recent death of a man in a suburban home, that went unnamed.
That's weird that's in there.
Somebody was close enough to overhear Anna talking about that.
Perhaps.
Or Hanzo and the detective.
Sheila, she did it.
Yeah,
The lesson we should draw here is that journalists are rats, and we should eat them.
No.
I imagine Winifred knows that Hanzo gets
Olivia
the
waggled her
newspaper,
eyebrows.
so she's not going to bother to call him about it. She's just gonna... Well, it's time for me to be asleep, but if anybody needs anything, you can always wake me up.
I'll try not to. We've been doing too much weird shit on our off hours lately.
Yeah, it's been one weird thing after another.
Yep.
Fred is trying so hard to avoid the weirdness.
He
Right,
even moved
since-
away.
Especially since learning his kids have to deal with it back home.
And I'm picking up what the DM is putting down, that some weird shit's gonna happen at this water park.
Yes.
But Winifred doesn't fucking know that, so she's gonna go, maybe you should take your kids to that. Be something normal.
But you actually get tickets. So yeah,
Look, it's
that's
even
good,
named
yeah.
after a natural disaster. How dangerous could it be?
the previous night, Reginald, because you were with Anna at the time, gave out tickets to that because he was one of the people promoting it as well. So yeah, you actually have tickets for that.
Be something nice and normal for you guys to do together.
And the newspaper did say freeing corn dogs and shit with a proof of ticket.
Weird that they phrased it like that, but okay.
That was me fumbling in the moment.
That's fair.
I don't know, that
Yeah.
feels like something the newspaper would have in it.
Yeah, no, it would just say, free, first hot dog or corn dog free. But
No,
only
I
the
know, I
first
feel like
customer.
that's...
Only for them.
But yeah, she'll point
Okay,
that out.
I need to step away for a minute, but I'm afraid of what character might spawn in the absence.
Well,
So
I suppose we
until you
could.
get back.
I suppose we could strap Will to a chair and duct tape their mouth.
I won't
So
sing
they
a
can't.
single thing till you get back.
Okay, dear B. Oh, I mean, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, Fred. So, you and Fred were.
No, she's just gonna say that, and then she's gonna basically go off and go to bed. She's like, I'm not coming though, because for one, that's too many people, and for two, it's probably gonna be in the daylight, and I'd rather not.
And
I'm
there's running
trying
water.
to not develop a tan. I've worked very hard for this deathly pallor.
Yeah, she's at the age now that I think sunlight doesn't actually damage her. She just doesn't like the way it feels.
you can tolerate bursts of it, but if you spend all day, you're gonna get burns, not just sunburn, but like burns.
Yeah, she doesn't like it.
But
Like,
yeah,
BRB.
while the gen is gone, we can fill some character questions. For instance, this is probably the most excitement Winifred's had in a few decades.
See, the problem is, I kind of want to be here to listen to this too. But BRB.
Be gone with you! Be gone! That's what the recording is for, fool!
Yeah, in a few decades, yeah, but
she's had a storied life.
She's had bursts of inactivity for between bursts of just the most batshit insane things that could happen to a person.
Yeah, no, I imagine every so often it's like, I'm grateful for the break, and then after a while it's like, the shitstorm is coming. I just know it.
I can feel it.
It's been too long since there was weirdness.
Yeah, you know how, like, once you get into a certain age, you start feeling when thunderstorms are gonna come?
Yeah, that's what Winifred is.
That's what Winifred is, but it's a smell for bullshit.
My bones aching, Annie.
You have spoken! Back in the dungeon! Back, beast!
Igor, like, no. No, I did tell you that I stole this house. I killed the person that had it and stole the deed, right? In, like, the Wild West of the fucking Redemption.
Yeah.
So...
I've killed a lot of people.
It's like, he didn't deserve this house
It's
anyway.
okay, we forgive you.
What are we forgiving?
The fact that Winifred kills people.
I mean, I recently heard about a game where there's a character, vampire, who, in stark contrast to all the other ones who live in courts, he lives like a fucking bum, and everyone's terrified of him. Because vampire law means shit to him.
I don't care about your fancy bullshit.
It's like, oh, I'm a blue blood. I only want to fine dine on rich people. It's like, I'm gonna go eat a bum now.
There's always the guy who constantly eats nothing but fast food.
Exactly.
I'm curious what sort of drugs this person has in their system.
All of them taste like. Yeah. Winifred killed a lot of people, and she's not guilty for any of that. She does not feel any remorse. Because every time she killed a person, they deserved it.
I do wonder what her reaction was to the whole, vampires are now public, and here is a ethically sourced alternative.
Mostly, relief that she didn't have to go hunt people, because as technology grew, it got ever more, likely that she was going to be caught, and she'd have to continually move, and she didn't want to fucking do that at her age.
You saw what happened to her pen pal Bigfoot. Guy can't get out of the cave anymore.
Have you returned?
I'm not serious about Bigfoot.
No, I didn't
Bigfoot is a myth.
As far as we know.
He likes to keep
Bigfoot
them.
is an unlucky man named Jimmy Brown who's trapped in a gorilla costume and can't get out.
What
It has
was the
been
name
so
of the
for
guy?
50 years.
What was the name of that poor schmuck in Melody who kept getting tackled every time he wore a Chewbacca costume?
Oh, I remember the character. I don't remember the name.
Yeah.
That poor guy.
Kept happening.
Man. The fact that it only happened twice, but it happened 40 years apart or whatever.
Like, it's been long enough. I can dust off the old Chewie costume. Wrong.
Well, in this universe, Chewie costume means something different.
Oh yeah. We fought one. You had to deal with one.
No!
Your childhood ruined.
But I still think that's one of my best hero forges when I made the
Yes.
two.
Congratulations, you averted the bite of 87.
I don't know
How dare you
anything
ruin my
about
childhood.
Five Nights at Freddy lore,
Me
and that's on
neither.
purpose.
The bite of 87 is one of 17 different events where a child got their head bitten off by a robot in Friday Nights at Freddy's. Which one? I cannot tell you, but it's one of them.
So it's
There's
like
like
they're
30
just
of the
feeding
damn
kids
things.
to the animatronics, and then the developers started trying.
And stuffing them in the animatronics, you know?
Alright, where were we?
Yes.
So where Fred went to bed. Oh, my friend. You saw the news article in the paper
About the
about
typhoon.
the typhoon, the desert water park, and the
Does it indicate where the typhoon, like the park, is going to be?
yeah, it's on the part of the map that I haven't made right here.
I mean the sense of
It's like on the edge of town. There wasn't like this was newly made.
yeah, they recently just finished construction on it.
Yeah, there was a smaller like water, you know, not like water park, but like big pool with some slides.
Yeah,
That had was built during the boom of the town, but had fallen to disrepair and
yeah,
had been I've been actually mentioning it a couple times through previous arcs that it had been being bought and rebuilt, and now it's
yes,
finally here.
which
Do
makes
not
me
ask
terrified.
Olivia. Do not ask Olivia how she feels about a water park in the desert.
Well, see,
I
that's
mean,
the thing. Well, that's the thing about Oasis Valley. There's a full-on river that goes through, so this is a very lush place for a desert, which why there's so much cattle here. They graze.
we are like the desert is outside of town. We're in the green spot, but still, the point stands.
But there are
Yes.
it's a green stripe through the valley,
Yeah,
which actually it has been a lot greener because of the spring
Rainfall.
shower, so it's a lot greener and colorful. But it's starting to dry out a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, who do I want to? Who's next? I guess Hanzo, you're the one who hasn't had like a full independent thing. Well, Fred,
Yeah?
anything you wanted to like discuss with your kids, or you okay with just being dad mode some more?
I'm okay with just being dad mode.
I just want to make sure people get time.
I do want to take them to the Typhoon Water Park. Because that
which
sounds
is
like
in-
it's
For
a
nothing
complete
more
bad
than-
law.
Oh yeah, and yeah, we'll just put that on the side. You like bringing that up at breakfast. It's like you have you bring up you have the tickets, and Alex is excited. He's like, oh, that would be fun. Kids they seem pretty excited for that prospect. So, Hanzo, what are you doing this morning? It's it is now, the sun is up. We're in the, morning time. What are you doing? I think by this point you would have seen the newspaper.
Yeah. I think this morning, as he does his routine and prepares himself to leave his sparse apartment, he does kind of like as he's shaving. He does kind of regard his reflection a little longer than he usually does, as his brain tries to work out some things that are not entirely related to the mystery at hand.
Mhm.
A sort of, I think everyone can relate. Sometimes you enter a dissociative state where you're just
God.
kind of looking at yourself, but not really perceiving.
Tell me, do the words that because you saw the paper that the note Soda had left, the guilty burn at its touch. How's Hanzo feeling about this?
That is indeed partly what is occupying his mind. he goes through the process of shaving, getting his face cleaned up, and as he's drying his face off, he kind of sets the towel down and just kind of spaces out as he looks at his hands.
And when you lift your eyes from your hands, calloused and few scars as they were, all 10 fingers there, you look up into the mirror and you're given a jolt as for a moment you swear there's someone standing right behind you. Like you see a figure in the mirror, but when you whip around instinctively, you're
He whips around immediately. His arm is cocked like he's about to deck him.
and you're in your, empty, solitary apartment.
At first, it takes a few seconds before his fist relaxes and his arm returns to his side. There's a sneer as he looks back on his reflection, and it's not entirely reserved for whatever just startled him. He knows there's magic bullshit afoot. And he takes a deep breath, exhales, finishes preparing himself before departing, heading towards Pluripotent.
All right. You head to Pluripotent, and
Apartment's
Yeah.
haunted.
Always has
it's
been.
the whole valley's haunted. The
Spoilers.
you head into work, and it's no busier than any other day. Well, recently there's been increased intensity because of the whole revitalization efforts. There are in the front facing place, parts of the company. There are investors and other people showing up, people wanting to, that pluripotent's, trying to strike up attention for to gain more people to come back to the,
Yes.
to visit the valley and pay more attention to pluripotent.
Yes, the company
Look at
is
me!
once again scrambling to try and validate itself in the eyes of the people who have money to keep this operation going. It's
And
not like he doesn't regard it as entirely selfish because yes, a company's first and foremost concern is profit, but at the same time, he knows that many of the people who work here, himself included, are genuinely trying to do the right thing. It's just complicated by the realities of the world they live in.
indeed. And when you check in, or do you check in with Director McLaren or McLean? Not McLaren.
Yes, the first thing he does
Who's
is to check
Director
in with the
McLaren?
director. Cousin.
So you go and meet Director McLean, and he lets you in.
And
You're let into his office,
hanging
and
up the phone with his cousin.
yeah, and he goes, Agent Hanzo, I heard you had an evening interesting, or that, yeah, I flipped. I heard you had an interesting evening at the wrestling matches last night.
That I did, sir.
Any insight you wish to share beyond what I can see in the police report?
I'm consulting my own notes. Because I appear to have not put it down. Remind me again, what was the name of the first victim?
Oh, hold on. Problem is, I put two characters in the beginning of it, so there's, the brothers. So which one is it? Glenn Pylon.
Yes. Yeah, there's my notes. So, right. He looks at the director. The first victim, Glenn Pylan, seems to be connected to the second victim, this Reggie figure. And there seems to be a third, but he seems to have gone to ground.
Hmm. You have leads on this fugitive? Or potential fugitive?
I didn't catch his last name, but a man by the name of Jonathan. When I spoke with Reggie the last night, he indicated that he knew Glenn, some kind of old family friend, and Jonathan himself also part of that circle. A associate of mine was watching after his kid and was just calling him to let him know that, the kid was all right. And he seemed to know something.
Hmm.
When I first started looking into Pylan's file, lots of black ink. I didn't have the clearance for it, but perhaps we can persuade our superiors to lighten the leash a little bit, because, I mean, you saw all the hustle and bustle. They're trying to get this place nice and presentable, and a string of murders is...
Well, that brings me to my exact... Well, I'm glad you came in today, Agent Hanzo.
Of course, sir.
As he taps taps a pile of papers on his desk that you realize is the newspaper, the local newspaper, and he's directly tapping the article. He goes, I'm afraid the company wants you to go have another talk with Miss Riggy. Explain to her that this avenue of story would be most embarrassing for everyone involved. And he's kind of giving you this look, like this intense look. He's an intense man, but he's giving you a very pointed look.
I see, sir. I did notice that the identity of the first victim was not disclosed, and I assume that is the desire for the second.
Well, no, his name and death is now a matter of public account, considering the very public venue that it occurred at. No, we couldn't get. No, that one cannot be swept under. I'm more concerned that, or rather, we're concerned that Miss Riggy knew about this connection between the two of them.
Yeah,
No.
just to clarify, the article seemed to connect the two. Did the article connect the two?
Yeah, it says unnamed sources indicate that this murder may be tied to uh, another death of a man in the of a recent death found of a man in the suburbs.
Yeah.
It would have been
Which,
worded much nicer than that because she has editors and I am improving.
yeah, but it occurs to me, it's like, well, there wasn't too many. Like, unlike Reggie's death, there wasn't a whole lot of victims for Glenn, or witnesses for Glenn's murder. So it's like, I can I can take time to speak with her. Yes. What should we do about trying to get to the bottom of this, though?
And he kind of takes a moment as if he's composing his thoughts. The biggest concern for Pluripotent, and as such, our biggest concern, is not getting to the bottom of this, but rather ensuring that this problem does not blow up to become an embarrassment. And he's
Well,
giving you this look like, I can't tell you more.
yeah,
You know,
he's picking up on that. Well, the demands of the company make it difficult to fulfill the wishes of the company, but I shall endeavor to do my best.
keep up the good work, Agent Hanzo. Keep me informed.
He'll take his leave, though. He's not leaving the building just yet. He's going to check the records room for the same place where he found Glenn's file. He's going to search in case if Reggie had anything in there, and this so-called Jonathan.
Okay. So, yeah, I'll say, going off the previous, walls because you know where to look. You find nearly identical payouts and notes that they too were uh, um, recipients of lawsuit payouts or payments, whatever the appropriate term for that is.
Mm-hmm.
But not much more beyond that. Again, heavily redacted. This is basically just, yeah, we kept the receipts in a box for tax purposes.
Right. And what was the name of the reporter, or the editor, reporter?
Sheila Riggy.
Yeah,
You've
Sheila.
encountered her a few times. She was one of the targets of the John Doe working for higher specs. Actually, they were trying to manipulate her into embarrassing her opponent.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting speaking with her.
Yeah. So,
Her and Olivia are sitcom arch nemesises.
yeah, you. Anything else you wanted to do at work before you head out? We switch to someone else real quick.
Nope.
Or switch to someone
Transition
else.
away.
Okay. Actually, Carlos, were you gonna try contacting Hanzo with what you learned?
At some point, yeah. Probably just a call like, hey, when you get a minute, you free to swing by the diner?
Mm.
Yeah. You could say you get that call on your car phone when you're getting ready to when you leave when you depart player phone. But Olivia,
Yes.
you were gonna go check out the Jonathan and Anna's place.
Yes.
Okay, we'll do that, and then we'll get to Hansel you showing up at the diner. Okay, don't need the pop music anymore. So you drive out to the neighborhood where Anna says, her house is. It's a nice neighborhood. Um, not like the not like the richest neighborhood in the place, but pretty good neighborhood. Um, you would drive up to the house. Hmm?
It's nice, not snobby.
Extravagant. Yeah, not snobby. You know, very solidly middle class looking. Nice suburban neighborhood, but you head out there and uh, it's still fairly early. The sun's up by this point. It's not super early yet, but it's still a bit after sunrise when you show up at the place, and looks like the house is empty. You don't see any lights on, but it's daytime, so you can't really tell if there were on or off. But you don't see a car sitting out, but there is a garage, so you don't know if the car's in the garage. But you know, From the outside, just looks like just another house in the neighborhood.
I
I
will
miss
go up
Mr.
and.
Rogers.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I'm gonna go up and knock first.
okay, you go up and knock.
What's Anne's last name?
Uh, Anna Gomez.
Mr. or Mrs. Gomez, are you home?
No answer.
Miss
He
Gomez?
um he goes. You hear a voice off to the side. He goes, "I don't know who you're calling for, but Mr. Vandal's not home."
I'll look
You,
over.
Right, Jonathan's
you
last name is Vandal.
Yep. You look over and see what looks to be like a neighbor, older woman, kind of has her like bathrobe on, fuzzy slippers. Looks like she's coming out to
Ah,
get the newspaper and the mail.
yeah. Hey, you know the family?
Uh, yeah, they're my neighbors. And she kind of squints. She goes, "Did they call for animal control? Because you're there in your truck, parked out front."
uh, no, I'm a,
It was a
I'm a,
rattlesnake I heard rattling around the other night, but you know, didn't
fuck!
see it. But that happens sometimes. They come in.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty familiar with rattlesnakes. Got a, ball python myself.
She nods. But yeah,
But, no,
Mr. Vandal,
uh,
he's not home. You just missed him,
yeah,
kinda.
what, oh,
Yeah. And she kind of stops and like squints at you. She goes, what you said you said Gomez, so you know Anna, right?
yeah, she's staying at my place. Her and my
Oh,
little
okay. I was
girlfriend.
wondering what. Oh, oh, the girl with the skateboard. I think I've seen her come by a few times.
Yeah,
But
she'll
okay, it's good
well,
to know
that's how
Anna's
you
okay.
recognize her.
I used to watch her when she was younger. Sometimes when her dad, or well, she doesn't like to call him dad, but and when he has to work, and being a single parent, I like to step in and help out. My own kids have flown the coop, of course.
Yeah, I understand. That's very sweet of you.
But yeah, no, oh, I'm burying the lead. Yeah, uh, detective fellow showed up not long ago. Uh, saw him talking to Mr. Vandal and got into his car. Um, they left. He got into the detective's
Detective
car.
fellow? Oh, it's like local detective? What's his name?
I didn't catch his name. I just saw it through from my bedroom window. She points to like second floor.
Gotcha. Yeah, like I said, I'm watching Sheila. I don't know if you heard what happened last night.
Or Sheila. You mean Anna?
I mean, Anne, yeah, Anna.
She goes, "No, I didn't hear anything. I was just, you know, I don't like to watch the news. It's so
There was,
depressing.
Stares
yeah.
into the camera.
I wish it was 92 depressing. Well, that might be rose tinted glasses, but anyways,
Eh,
um,
yeah, there was a, there was a murder at the, a local luchador.
oh dear,
Well, and
was
it was
there?
a family friend.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
That's why, that's why she's staying with me, because, she was there with me and my
Well, that
sister,
must be
so,
why they came to talk to Mr. Vandal. Not that he would
yeah,
do
that makes,
anything. He's not always been such a sweet, just a very sad man.
yeah, that's not the first time I've heard that. Very sad, man.
Oh, She kind of lowers her voice a little conspiratorial. Well, you've heard about why Anna doesn't have a mother, right?
No, actually, this is news to me.
Oh, well, Anna doesn't like to talk about it, of course, and neither does Mr. Vandal. But um, when she was very young, apparently her mother uh, passed during an accident while Mr. Vandal was dating her mother. I think they might have been actually
Oh
engaged.
fuck!
So that's why he
Oh shit!
ended up with. She didn't, her mother didn't have family here, so the courts
She wound up
let
with
him have
Jonathan.
custody.
Gotcha. Ah, she calls him by his first name. I thought that was a little odd.
Well, yeah, teenage rebellion. She did used to call him dad when she was younger, but I don't know. Something happened, and then
something like change or
puberty, teenage stuff. I don't know.
Huh.
I mean, my relationship changed with my daughter when she got hit that age.
yeah, I get that. I've no doubt that I was a menace.
Oh, I mean, that's just the thing. Every teenager, without a doubt, is a menace to their parents in some way. You could be a very sweet kid, but there's just something, Anyways, but it's really unfortunate. She realizes she was like becoming the gossipy Kathy of the neighborhood. That she's just like. But anyways, I'm glad to hear that Anna's okay. Hopefully it's nothing. They catch whoever did this. You said it was a murder?
Yeah, I don't know the details. I was just, a spectator, but, like, at the event.
Yeah. Oh, yes, you said you took... And, she just nods along.
Yeah,
I have no idea. She
know,
did not make any connection, Nora.
I know. I called last night to, just to let her know what was going on. He seemed pretty upset.
Well, from what I can tell, Mr. Vandal didn't have many friends, so if one of them died, I can certainly see why he would be upset, especially if murdered.
Yeah. Well, what was this, the, accident that you mentioned? What was that?
Oh. What was that?
Oh, sorry.
I asked what the accident was.
She would go, oh, well, it was something to do with a hiking trip. That's what Mr. Vandal said one time. Oh, but not like in the. She gestures to like the distant mountain. She goes, "Not there, there," and she points to the ground. She like gestures to the ground.
Oh, oh. So many things have just clicked. Yeah, everything has just clicked for me. Superorganism stuff.
Yeah, I always thought it was weird, but some people live next to the Grand Canyon. Some people live above, meat.
Yeah, that is definitely a way of putting it. Well, any idea where he went?
Oh,
like police station maybe, or?
Yes, probably. It was, it's the vehicle said sheriff's department.
Okay. Well, I can't exactly go to the sheriff and be like, hey, how's he doing?
But I'll let Anna know that I'm glad she's okay.
Yeah, and your name is
Dorothy. She'll know who I am.
Yeah, Olivia.
Nice to meet you, Olivia.
Yeah, I do animal control, but I also like to just help around.
Oh well, I would hope so, because if you did, that meant you probably stole that truck. And she just gives a smile.
Yeah, Olivia does laugh with that.
So yeah,
Yeah, I
you,
work at Reserve.
okay. So yeah, this old
So,
lady, she'll talk your ear off if you let her, but um,
I'm trying to think if there's anything else, like, that I can fish for information.
What was the name of Anna's mother?
you
Yeah,
have not
what
heard
was
yet.
that mother's name?
Oh, I don't know. They don't really like to bring her up, and if they, my
Gosh,
memory's
yeah, it
not the
sounds like it was
best,
pretty.
unfortunately.
Yeah, that must. Yeah, I can understand. It's pretty
And
sad
names are one of the first things to go, which really makes reunions very interesting.
event. I can imagine. Well, I'll keep an eye out for him. Check up and see how he's handling things. Uh, and I'll let Anna know you were wishing her well. I'm
Thank you,
sure
dear.
she'll appreciate it.
Yes, and thank you, dear, for taking care of her. And so,
Yeah.
what
Calling
do you want
Hanzo
to do?
immediately.
Are you gonna call Hanzo?
Hanzo immediately.
Yeah, Hanzo, you're pulling into the parking lot of the diner when Olivia calls. Your car
Hold
phone
on,
rings.
I'm still trying to like keep my notes up to date. Right, like as it's actively developing, I'm trying to type out these notes. Okay, answers the phone.
Hanzo?
Olivia.
Okay, I went to check on Jonathan,
Oh,
and he's not home. He's gone to the sheriff came by, apparently. Lovely little old lady, talked my ear off, but she told me a lot of things that. Oh, Hanzo.
you hear his car
Jonathan's.
radio.
Jonathan's and Anna's mother died in the superorganism.
Hmm.
Hiking in the superorganism. Which is like, that feels a little weird just like telling somebody, but like, I feel like that is intricately connected to whatever all this shit is.
Yes, I see the threads now.
Yeah, and apparently Jonathan is, very depressed, doesn't have many friends.
Where is Jonathan?
Sheriff.
Sheriff?
Yeah, the sheriff came and apparently picked him up. Not like
The
picked
sheriff
him
or
up
the
in
detective?
a sheriff. That's all I got. I don't know if it was the sheriff or a detective or what. It was the sheriff's car.
Hmm. Good to
She
know.
didn't recognize him. She doesn't know him. So,
All right.
shit. Hanzo,
Keep an eye on the kid.
what else is happening here? What?
Keep an eye on the kid.
Uh, yeah. What else? What is happening here, Hanzo? I feel like I've got pieces on my end, and you've got pieces on your end.
And Hanzo's gonna go meet someone with another piece.
I'm connecting the pieces now.
Yeah, but what do you got?
I'll just tell you later.
Okay.
Right now,
I pray.
apparently Carlos needs to see me.
I fuck, man. God, I can connect things, but Olivia doesn't have all the information yet.
I'm
I know
connecting
it's
things.
fun.
Yeah, I know you are.
Yes, and I
It's
guess
fun
you'll have
and,
to
like,
sit in agony.
and me as the DM who's just like dropping little bits like sprinkling fish food. It's like, oh, let's give you some of this. You'll live out of this.
Hanzo, I know you've got your own process and everything, but it seems like it's snowballing into something bigger and bigger. And my kid sister is tangentially involved, so I feel like I need to know what's happening here.
Now you know what Fred feels like.
She just
I will
quietly
suplex
mouths,
you,
"Oh my
God."
god, I'm becoming Fred." That's something I never wanted to become. A sad white, a sad white suburban dad.
Yeah.
I made so many life choices so I wouldn't become that.
Yeah,
Olivia
none of us
isn't
can live this
white.
lifestyle.
What?
Exactly.
Not everyone's cut out for this lifestyle.
Fred's not cut out for this lifestyle.
It's true, I'm not good at it.
Join
Yeah,
me,
a
Olivia.
poor grade
Join me,
at being a
Fred.
white suburban 90s dad.
Join me, Fred. Being trans.
No, it's not my scene.
Two moms.
2 moms.
Oh god, yeah, it's just one of those things that it's a really delayed version. It's just like, yeah, sorry, we're getting a divorce because I realized I'm lesbian. Well, honey, then good news because I realized something about myself too.
Yeah. Or tangentially those comics where it's like, man, this really sucks. Cut to a few years after transition. Okay, that was a big problem, but there's still a lot of unresolved issues.
But anyways,
Yeah, you gotta give her the details?
give her the deets.
Why don't you just swing by the diner?
Fine. So meet up,
So
share what we now got.
You know, walk in, order as usual. Carlos.
yeah, Carlos, you and Tommy are there, of course.
Carlos is half awake at the table. Notes, like, he's got like a couple of different notepads spread around. He's like, okay, here, cool, awesome. Whatever the thing you're fucking with is tied to the gastric pools in the superorganism, because apparently the superorganism is now communicating through the son of a bitch, and he says, pointing the pencil in his hand at the ride, and it upset the sniffer, pointing to Tommy. So we went and took a look, and I saw into it, and I don't think that's a connection, because whoever this fucking bastard is, and there is, like, on the center of the notebooks, that snake-eyed sunglasses son of a bitch, circled, like, 10 times. He's like, when I tried to figure out what the fuck he was doing, he was down in the fucking superorganism at those fucking pools. So no, you'll have to forgive me, but the fact that the wish fucking guy is at the same place where this thing may have arisen, and the fact that Sordo's getting fucking bouncing back and forth on curses, I don't know what the whole situation is in this given situation. Has anyone died in the acid pits?
Possibly. He'll fill them in.
Oh, like you see him like connecting dots on paper, writing in things like. So we're dealing with this. We're dealing with a vengeful spirit getting revenge, wishing for revenge, powered by an absolutely batshit insane son of a bitch. And she's
I
taking.
need to make a call.
I need to make
The
a
bell.
call.
The bell jangles as Olivia slides into the diner.
Yeah, looking like visibly like not frantic, but like
You have a
frustrated.
mission.
Yeah, sees you guys all gathered together, fucking beelines it towards you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Order
information.
And
Information.
you info dump on, give her the info dump.
Yes,
Oh, no, I
grab
have
the
it. I have it.
I grab the sides of Olivia's head and I psychically beam all the information directly into her eyeballs.
Oh no! If Carlos is here, Carlos will help. He's gonna go. So what we're looking at in theory, with the information that he has, we'll probably bounce it off of what you've got. But what we're looking at is probably a vengeful person who died in the pits, getting access to wish magic by some absolute maniac of a wizard using wish magic. Resurrected the spirit and gave it enough power to go fucking get its due, and it is taking out its vengeance on people. Why? I don't know why. But
Uh,
it's enough that it's setting off our other vengeful spirit-filled friend. And while I'm doing my best to work on, hey, we're gonna work on living with this thing, it's only been a week.
so you remember the my kid sister's girlfriend?
Yes.
Yeah. Her mom died in the acid pits.
Well, you haven't had
Um,
confirmation of that yet, but
Died on a hike in the superorganism.
yeah,
so you can make that leap, that assumption.
yeah. That is the assumption that she is making. Met their neighbor, nice lady. Said that her mom died in a hike, but not in a mountain hike. In a hike, and then if you have motions down. So
So she
The
died.
superorganism's not the devil. You don't have to refer to it with fucking euphemisms.
hey,
Well,
I'm just repeating the information I got.
I mean, to be fair, the superorganism is a high unknown giant creature that defies every known layer of biology.
Fair enough.
That powers curses and monsters so horrific that we have to constantly deal with them. It is
And there
and
are
unequivocally a sleeping elder god beneath our feet, and we steal its bones to power our computers.
and also there are quite a few religious organizations are like, see, this is proof of hell.
And then other
I
ones,
imagine when
it's
you say all
God.
that,
God is meat.
God is
I
meat.
imagine when you say all that, Hanzo and Olivia just kind of stare at you for a second.
No, it's
Look,
not a crazed look. You know, he gets it.
I met H.P. Lovecraft, man. It's fine.
What a
Kid.
weird little man.
He was getting better from what I heard, but he's still such a weird son of a bitch.
Yeah, like
Anyway,
just as an aside, that guy, I mean, his diet was canned beans and candy. That guy
The,
was
the man was afraid of air conditioners.
Brilliant
yeah,
writer.
no, he actually, but at the time of his death, he was actually getting better about some of his inherent prejudices and fears, but his health was not great.
Yeah, it's a shame
unfortunate.
that it's like you could be very problematic, but it's good that you start working towards getting better at it and not have the
Like I think
chance
it was,
Yeah.
to.
like if I remember from what I read of a biography, it was like getting married to his wife that actually helped him, you know, become better.
I believe
Yeah.
so.
But anyways,
But yes,
this
where were
wasn't
we?
the Lovecraft discussion. Sorry.
So
No, it's fair.
Anna's mom, potentially Anna's mom's spirit, is running off this wish magic to get revenge.
Hanzo sits
Yeah.
there. He taps his finger against the desk. You've talked to Anna.
Yeah.
What color are her eyes?
God.
Brown.
Brown.
Oh.
Like a brown hazel.
He thinks back to he tries to recall what the color of the eyeball he saw in circling down the drain.
A very bloodshot hazel brown.
The fucking song, John. Oh my god, I'm an idiot.
What?
Johnny, remember me?
Yeah, it's all about. Okay, so the song that's been playing since this shit started on the Bumps' cassette is Johnny Remember Me. It's an old country ballad, sung in the perspective of people running away as the ghost of the loved one they murdered haunts them. It's in our face. How did I not realize that?
It starts playing.
Yeah, you look over at your jukebox.
Olivia's like, is that song even on the jukebox?
It is now.
Olivia, I haven't touched that jukebox since I bought the building. Whatever it plays is what it
It's
plays.
Hugo's jukebox.
Well, great, great.
Well, no,
Fuck. Okay.
this is great because, in theory, you said something about like giant amoeba kind of things, like leaning and whispering around Hanzo.
It may be that whatever is left of her, essentially, she is
Well, like so
sentient digestive acid.
to bring someone back, you need to have you need to have a body source. And like so Carlos reaches into a bag and pulls out a book and flips, and it does have the concepts of necromancy with a very clear note: do not do these in front of normal people.
You
Looks
know,
at
it's
it.
a
Looks at
like.
you.
There's a connection that me as a player is making that, but I don't think Hanzo would necessarily make.
Which is
Yeah, that was me 5 seconds ago until I
Let
got here.
me. Okay,
message me.
so that movie would have come out, but because he's bringing up, oh, there has to be some kind of body, right? And if what we speculate is true that she died in the acid pits, um,
Oh,
a sufficient
and
nerd in the party might remember, oh, maybe it's like Star Wars Return of the Jedi, where you will be digested by the Sarlacc for 1,000 years.
See, I don't even need to go to that reference.
well,
Hey, God.
Hmm?
Yeah. So in the mystery flesh pit, there's the mass of dead clowns that got flashed, like digested.
Ossified.
Is that a
They weren't
ossified? Is
digested,
that
they
a
were ossified, which is
Turned
so
to
much
yeah.
worse.
bone!
Is there anything like that happened in this universe?
If it did, it got covered up pretty effectively because nothing pops out immediately to mind.
Well, you know who's
Okay.
somebody who would know things about the public areas of Pluripotent because he works there as a night janitor? Fred.
that's fair.
That's
We'll go.
true.
We'll go to Fred here
It's
in a
true.
little bit. He'll probably show up at the diner anyway. He at least shows up once every couple of days for a meal, and he hasn't been in for a day or so. So he's about to.
Yeah, Fred, would you want that to be your intro into the scene? You brought the kids to get breakfast or lunch?
Might as
And
well. It's natural enough.
yeah, and plus, Alex likes he's friends with the twins, so they usually meet here to go hang out and play.
Just avoid any giant bees.
So,
But yeah. So like, but no, it's like so
oh,
you have to have something of a body to bring something back. You know, usually like what it is can be kind of up in the air, or fluid with it. You know, a piece of the person, yada yada yada, that kind of a thing. And depending on how long ago this person was thrown into the acid pit, they could have been absorbed by the superorganism, and the spirit could be trapped. I haven't touched that because that's not my wheelhouse. And anytime I've tried to talk to somebody, another wizard who's in that wheelhouse, they look at me and they hang up on me. They don't want anything to do with this place. Um,
so Fred, that's the conversation you come in on as your kids go and find their own booth.
oh hey Fred.
What weird bullshit are we talking about this time?
There's
So
potentially an undead mom ghost killing people.
Did
so
you
like
specifically
Ghostbusters.
know the ghost is a mom? I'm aware of ghosts. Not everything's got to be a pop culture reference. Okay, so how do we know the ghost is a mom?
Fill 'em in.
It's killing people connected to Anna. Have the similar colored eyes. Anna's mom died in the superorganism.
Yeah, you can say
Okay.
you catch him up.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
through the
Wait,
yeah.
let me
That's,
quickly fill him in real quick.
yeah. So we think what's happening is that the wish magic shit happening that brought, your son down there and is causing all of the other kinds of havoc might be fueling her spirit to seek its revenge.
I just need to know what this fucker wants. Like, you roll up out of town and just start causing this kind of shit. You're doing it for attention. I don't even know who the fuck he is. It would be different if it was like, oh yeah, I know this asshole, but no, he's a nobody. I don't know what the fuck he wants.
Is that really what's getting to you?
I mean, cool. I saw a wizard dude in the acid pits that kicked me out for going, that's
Okay,
cheating.
let's lock the fuck in a
Fair
second
enough.
here, as they'll say in 20 years or so. So we have a ghost,
Yes.
and the fact that said ghost was a mom in life is important enough that we're using that as a descriptor for said ghost.
Specifically because the kills are probably motivated around
Paternal feelings.
either paternal
Alright.
feelings or her past murder that involved parents of said child who's dating Olivia's sister.
Now, presuming that Bill Murray did not make a documentary, how does one deal with a ghost?
Oh.
Do any of us
about
I am-
that?
The Kasha sort of counts.
Yeah.
The
Um,
guilty will burn. She knows what happened down there. She knows who killed her, or this thing that's killing people is doing it on her behalf.
Oh God. Sorry, go on.
It's
So are we talking it out with this ghost?
I don't,
Is that what I'm getting?
probably
I'd
not.
like that, but I don't
Okay.
know if that's the thing we can do.
Okay, then what is the plan?
That's what we're figuring out now.
Okay.
I have an idea, but it's really stupid.
Okay, well, that's a start, so let's start with something really stupid and move on to something hopefully good.
Let's hope so. Because mine is we need to go back into the superorganism.
Is that the sum total of your plan?
It's we know she's associated with the lakes. We know she's going in and out through the pipes, which goes to the sewer drains, which reaches into the superorganism.
Isn't
we don't
it?
have.
Can't ghosts just go through walls or whatever?
Well,
Well,
she's
this
got
one
a
seems-
physical form of some kind.
This one's
She's
on a
like-
spirit of vengeance and is possessing an artifact, aka a body. We think it's made out of maybe like the giant amoebas that live down there in the digestive juice lakes.
Okay,
Okay.
so I was mistaken about the eye color for Anna and the eyeball. It's kind of a bluish gray.
Mm-hmm.
Anna is of Hispanic descent, but her eyes are fairly blue, blue gray.
So
I believe
they're not
Olivia
brown,
is
but
as well.
the mother and daughter eye color is still the same.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I had to go check something.
Mm-hmm.
Fair. Look, if these people killed her, I'm not really going to be gung ho about like telling her she's necessarily wrong for being upset. But
Hanzo will lean forward on the table, putting his elbows there. We do not necessarily know that they, quote unquote, killed her.
Okay.
Usually when it comes to spirits like this.
Let's pause on the motive for a second and think about actionable things. The ghost has it killed anybody? Is it hurting people? Is it just giving people a spook? What's going on?
Last night's
it's
murder.
killed two.
All right, so it's been killing people, so that means we got to stop it, because if you're killing people, you can't just go around doing that. The justice system exists for a reason. So, we got to figure out how we stop a ghost. The ghost apparently has a physical form, so we don't have to worry about it sliding out of the wall, so that's good. You want to go hunt it in the flesh pit, so that means we got to figure out how to go into the flesh pit this time without just running off half-cocked looking for children. Let's like actually prepare this time, get actual materials so that our expedition isn't just us running by the seat of our pants and relying on a magic go-kart to get us back home.
Yeah, pretty much.
The problem with that is that the superorganism is closed to the public, and materials for traversing the superorganism are not so easy to acquire.
Too bad Winifred's not here. She'd have a
I mean,
supplier.
a lot of the high-profile stuff is needed to acquire, but people have been traversing the superorganism before that was officially made into a park.
Yeah,
It would be an
and
absolute shame if I had
mean,
a magic ray that could take us straight into the super
The
organism that keeps being
bell-
connected to the fucker.
The bell of the door jingles again, and Carla, it's instinct to glance over there because you're the owner of the place. You glance over and stepping in, pulling out a thermos, looking like she's coming in to get her morning coffee thermos fill. You see
Wait, who is it?
Sheila Riggy.
Hmm.
Carlos will
Just who I
politely
need to
wave and then
see.
go back to the conversation.
Yeah, so you would see who Carlos to wave to because that would be drawing attention. Rest of you, I would say, were probably too intense in the conversation to look away when it did, but Carlos had that muscle memory.
So, we
Yeah.
should work on getting supplies for an actual expedition down. We should work on getting what maps we can down. I can get some of that from work. Those of you who know about supernatural bullshit beyond just pop culture references should probably get to studying ghosts a little bit so we know what the hell we're doing.
I still have a lot from when we were dealing with Akasha, so.
Yep,
Yeah,
all right, let's work on that. Let's get some things together and have an actual game plan.
I like you bringing up the getting, maps, because if it is the gastric lakes, it is one of the places that probably would have a map from like the old, when it was open to the public as part of the display stuff.
Yeah. And that's something Fred can acquire.
Yeah. But
all right. Well, Fred, you work in a museum. I'm sure they'll
Yep.
have some publicly available maps and stuff.
That is what I just said, yes.
So,
I'll get us some maps, and I'll go on down to 1990s Cabela's, and I don't know if Cabela's was around in the 90s. I don't
It was
know
around
enough
in the
about that.
90s.
Yeah, it's the kind of store I know of, but have only gone to once or twice against my will. I'll go and get us some normal camping supplies that can be useful for navigating the pit.
Perfect.
Good. I'll see what I can get my hands on.
And some of you, please do research on ghosts. I would like to not be caught with our pants down for once when a supernatural monster is running about.
And what are
Right.
you all discussing? Sheila says as she walks up with her thermos.
Oh, a bit of this, bit of that.
I can trip.
Kind of narrows her
Girlfriend?
eyes at you at that.
Oh no, so if I don't know if you heard, but his kids are in town. And I know a couple of really good trails up in the mountains that way, the direction opposite from where everything is. So we're getting some plans going down, but I wanted to see if he was even interested. So we're coming up with a game plan.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I'm considering inviting my girlfriend, which I have now.
Olivia, I think that's like the third time you've casually slipped that into a conversation with me.
Yeah, I know. I'm really. It makes me very happy that I have a
No,
girlfriend.
I get it. You're off the market. I get it.
Miss Riggy.
Yeah.
Raises an eyebrow at her. Why? Were you interested?
Yes, Mr. Hanzo?
I would like to have a conversation with you.
Funny.
Private.
I would like to have a conversation with you on the record.
This is going to be fun. Excuse us.
I mean, you can't
You'll
have
get
that right
up.
here? Alright.
So yeah, you can step out to the parking lot or the around the back of the diner,
Mm-hmm.
find someplace. Um, turn up the cafe sound effect. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, she goes. So you had something you wish to discuss?
After leading her out there to the parking lot,
That goes a red-tailed hawk.
he opens up his passenger door, reaches inside the compartment to retrieve a flask, closes the door, and just kind of leans back against the hood of the car. And likewise, you had something.
So did you say you pulled out a flask?
I can't remember what the proper um, word is for like those little metal containers for alcohol.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
flask.
Flask is
So I was
correct.
just
That's
trying to.
flask.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she's just like, kind of looks at it. Bit early, but yeah.
Well, he
So
wasn't offering it, but
no, she just makes a comment about you pulling that. It's like it's a bit early, isn't it? But
he just takes a little sip. All right. Why do you seek me out?
oh, just wanted to know if you had any information on why two big recipients of pluripotent lawsuit payouts have died within 2 days, just a week after their final payments.
Nothing that I can divulge. You know how it is. Can't confirm or deny anything. Not without some hammers coming down.
Yes, I know about these hammers.
Yeah.
I've had to dodge them after interviewing you previously, so.
Well, here comes another one from on high. You've already made that connection. They just didn't appreciate you making that insinuation public.
Yes, and I'm sure that's why they sent you to talk with me again. Although I'm
Yep.
surprised it wasn't your partner, Agent Wakefield, I believe. She was a little more quick to pull the blade.
Well, Wakefield and I have different methods. I'm not telling you this out of the reason I want to protect my position, my job, is because I believe where I am, I'm capable of doing a lot of good. So that is the only reason I'm following through with this.
And do you have any comments about the similarities to the flame-handed killer copycat from only a few weeks prior?
He just kind of shrugs.
Yes, that's about the same reaction I got from the detective this morning when I interviewed him.
Yes, the detective, Bentley. How did he seem? This,
Tired. That man does not sleep enough.
I don't think any of us get enough sleep.
Hmm. She kind of like glances at the giant thermos of coffee she just filled up. Yes. Now, I'm just really curious though, and I suppose this will be a little bit off the record just because I don't want to bring any more pain to a girl that's already gone through so much in her life.
So I've heard.
I assume there's more to this considering Anna Gomez went home with Olivia and her sister. If my sources are correct.
It's weird that you're following a little girl where she goes.
Could you if you could do me a favor, actually, what was the name of Anna's mother?
So let me go look. Um, Maria Gomez. Oh wait, no, Jesus, I had everything fucked up. I got their names mixed up. I had originally written Maria as the daughter and Anna as the mother, so it's reverse. Maria is the mother, Anna is the daughter.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
It's fine.
Well, you see, right before her fateful hike, she said, "Hold on to my name for me until I get back. You get to be the woman of the house for a little bit." And she never did.
So, she would go, Maria Gomez, college student, had an unfortunate accident in the superorganism. Actually, since you're asking me that, I assume when you've tried to look into this, you've just found a bunch of black ink and red tape.
Perhaps.
Here, maybe these will be a little illuminating on dear Anna's history of her poor mother Maria. And she pulls out, you know, uh, a few newspaper clippings. I'll post them after I read them out. The first one: another superorganism mishap claims life of local mother. Tragedy has befallen Redemption, yet again tied to the dangers of the superorganism. Lifelong resident of Redemption, Maria Gomez, was lost when she fell into one of the so-called gastric ponds within the superorganism's allegedly safe areas maintained by Pluripotent Industries. Witnesses state that Anna was with a group of friends exploring one of the Pluripotent maintained nature trails through one of the Oregon caves when the accident occurred and she fell into a pool of caustic digestive fluids. Maria Gomez was a local student of Redemption Community College studying the superorganism and a single mother raising an infant daughter. The second one.
I feel attacked.
Why are you attacked? You're not the one who got put in the acid.
Survivors of superorganism accidents bring lawsuits against pharmaceutical giants. A united lawsuit has been leveled against Pluripotent Industries, claiming negligence, incompetence, and gross public endangerment in their handling and maintaining of superorganism safety. In recent years, news of the superorganism has been commonly associated with misfortune, as new and existing issues regarding the safety and security of visitors to the geobiological wonder and tourist trap. That one does not specifically mention them. Anyone that it says it's a group of many different cases coming together.
Yeah.
And these dates would put them right around before the closing of the superorganism. But then the third one, Pluripotent proves potent in the courts but must still pay up. Facing multiple lawsuits regarding injuries and deaths due to the alleged incompetence and mishandling of security and maintenance within the superorganism, Pluripotent Industries has been hard at work defending itself in the courts. Multiple individual cases have been settled in and out of the courts after pluripotent lawyers were able to break up a united lawsuit that could have seen the corporate titan suffering a massive penalty both financially and politically, perhaps even endangering their custodianship of the superorganism itself.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So let me tweak these a bit. So I put the now correct names in, and I'll post them in. Okay, and she would go.
Hmm.
So what do you think of that, Agent Hanzo?
Very interesting. Though I hope you understand, I don't want to keep having this conversation, not because I'm annoyed by it, but because there's only so much that I cannot do and still keep my job.
Understandable.
Just play it safe, okay?
I posted it in the setting backgrounds and more thing.
I know, as a reporter, you probably view it as your duty to inform people of all that you can so they can decide for themselves, especially when dealing with a company that wants to keep things close to the breast. In spite of my part,
And
um,
she's like
once
looking at you like, is that a bad thing? As but
I mean, and he just means and is like, what I mean to
no, no,
say is,
she's just giving you that look of just like, and that's a bad thing, but she's not saying anything. She's letting you continue.
no, yeah, it's like he registers the look. It's not a bad thing. It's just that, in spite of my demeanor, I like to think I am one of the more pleasant individuals you can, who might be sent to quiet this sort of thing.
Uh, inside, Olivia cackles and she doesn't know why.
Yeah, it's just like I wouldn't phrase it so inelegantly, but what he's saying is like, I'm one of the nice ones. I don't want to slap your little pizza hands, but realize that if you keep doing this, Pluripotent is gonna stop playing nice.
Yeah, yeah, because she seems like she's getting the message, especially like she mentioned. Wakefield seems to be the one of the ones that you're warning her about.
Yeah,
She goes, messages received.
it is really for your own safety. I'm not
I
threatening
mean,
you. I just can't account for what other people might do.
no, Agent Hanzo, I don't think you are a threat against me just yet. After all, we could damage each other very well just from Mr. John Doe's secrets that we're keeping.
That's exactly why it's truth is it's a very nice virtue, but truth can also be really, really hurtful.
I'm a journalist, Mr. Hanzo. I know that all too well. But
All right.
my advice is, and I truly don't believe this is anything tied to the flame handed killer, although the methods are similar, as a mutual friend of ours has pointed out. Not the same kind of burns, but I'm worried that it might follow the same pattern. I suggest you maybe ask Miss Gomez who her mother's friends were.
I'll take it into consideration. Now, if you excuse me, I have a phone call to make.
Of course.
He, uh, he, he, he just gets in the car, replaces the flask, immediately rings up Detective Bentley.
He eventually answers. You get transferred and he answers.
Detective.
Like the Bentley here. Oh, Hanzo. Agent Hanzo, hello.
Uh,
Wondering when you were gonna reach out.
right. So, not to bog you with the details, let's just say a little birdie told me. Did you take Jonathan Vandal into protective custody this morning?
Protective cut? No. Questioning.
Questioning.
Yes, he had an alibi. His alibi work checked out, but uh, he was at work for the evening.
So, wait, so is he saying, is Vandal still with them?
Um, well, if you ask him that, he goes, "No, we brought him in to do for questioning. He gave his statement, checked his alibi, and he went on his way. We didn't think he was a suspect. Was that a mistake on my part?
Well, what was he like when you brought him in?
Upset. Heard that is when I told him when he told him he goes, he seemed shocked that his an old friend of his who had been killed. He had no idea apparently. Um,
Liar.
and we checked his alibi. He was seen at work. You know, you know, he got off of work, but by the time he would have gotten off work, and we clarified with his employers that when he left work, it would have been after the incident.
And are you aware of the connection between these victims and Jonathan Vandal?
Yes, the reason we brought him in for questioning.
Don't you think he could be next on the list?
There's a long pause before you just hear a quiet little fuck. Well, I will have I'll set a deputy out to go bring him back in. I feel I am not getting enough sleep, Agent Hanzo. I feel this is embarrassing.
So I've heard. A lot of us are having to run around outside of our normal hours.
Wait, does this mean uh, Anna, the daughter, is in danger?
I can't say with certainty. I have
Oh,
a
there
working
is something that
theory, but
maybe.
what was that?
Well, I just actually had a just looking through the details of this. The apparently Mr. Adena's part of his will bequeaths most if should he pass before her 18th birthday, he was going to bequeath most of his estate into a trust until such a time that one Anna Gomez reaches adulthood and it would become hers.
That was in Reggie's will, you said?
Yes, apparently, from what we uncovered, he's almost as much of a caretaker of her as this Jonathan. He, well, we'll make sure he brings in an for safety. But
I recommend that you remember the crime scene last night. I recommend that he always have an escort, no matter where he goes.
all right,
Before you go though, this where's Jonathan work? You said they cleared him.
oh yes, he works for the city, the filtration and water, the the filtration and water systems of the city.
Good to know. I will see you next time.
Thank you for that, or thank you, Agent Hanzo. And he hangs up as you realize you might have, you know, something didn't occur to that good detective.
Yeah.
But oh, so it's 8:30 for me. Are we near the end for? Are we at the end for people?
Getting close,
Okay.
I think.
What, another 30 minutes or so?
That's about as far as we can go, yeah.
Okay. So you've got that information, Hanzo. Do you want to go and inform or what? What? Were you gonna go inform the rest of them?
He sits back, trying to process all the information, I'll connect all the dots. Alright. He heads back inside.
As you go to get out of the car, you glance into the rearview mirror, and once again, it's like there's a figure behind you. But when you spin around, the back seat of the car is empty, and there's just this growing, nagging feeling that that's figure silhouette. It just feels familiar. But you shake it off and head back inside. What are the rest of you doing?
Alright, kids. Daw's gotta go get some supplies for an expedition that we're gonna do. Me and the other adults. You guys give me a call on the payphone. Wait, shit, I can't say that because I wouldn't have anything for them to call me on. Fuck. Damn you, 90s. You guys are leave you with your pals for the day?
Yeah, Alex goes, yeah, we were gonna take our bikes and ride. Like he brought his bike in the trunk, like he normally does.
Alright, good. Stay out of trouble now.
We will.
I mean it.
We will. And
Alright.
Tiffany's like, well, I'll, keep an eye on him. Although, thinking of going and seeing how Nicole and Anna were after all that last night.
Yeah, go check on him.
Yeah, actually, I was gonna go head over and check on them before I headed out
Oh.
to do my own stuff today.
So I guess I'll just take a, Libby, you want give,
Yeah,
give
get
me
a
a ride?
ride.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Olivia.
Yeah, no worries.
As Libby, you turn and you're talking to Tiffany for a moment. You don't notice as Alex comes up and goes, she's totally Viper, right? She's got to be.
Yeah, she is. But that's not our secret to disclose.
Right. What is that? The baby?
I don't know what that is. I just know the code of the Mexican wrestler.
So
God.
I'm a white man of the 90s. I did not know it's called luchador.
Wait a minute. Considering there
I
was
said it
a particular
so many times.
Wait. I have to ask a question.
oh,
On the topic of Mexican wrestlers and vampires existing in this setting, is El Santo versus the vampires considered insensitive, or in this universe were they actual vampires?
I don't know, but I did have that one joke where Olivia completely missed when she was first time she went into the wrestling office. On the TV, there's a video of a green masked luchador fighting pterodactyl vampires, who, when her back was turned, stopped and started banging on the glass like, "Let me out!"
I just want to know, did El Santo fight actual vampires in this universe?
I maybe.
Yes.
In your heart
Oh
of
god,
hearts,
I'm
you
making-
know it to be
his
true.
movies are like the fictionalized events of real occurrences of his real adventures.
Batman and Superman are fictional, but El Santo is real.
Well, yeah, he was a real person.
Yes, he was. That. It's just that in this universe, it hits a little different.
So, Hanzo, you see your allies and friends. Well, I don't know. Yeah, we still got to discuss that if you're on the F word yet. But your allies, they're getting ready. They're kind of splitting up.
He will inform them before they all go their separate ways about how Jonathan is going to probably be brought into protective custody, and that, oh boy, he works for the filtration and sewage, which means his homicidal spirit of his engaged his parent, or what is it, fiance? That's the word.
Yeah, it's fiance.
Yeah, like the homicidal spirit of her fiance may be in the very pipes he's working. I'm in the walls. She's in the goddamn walls.
And has anyone has it clicked for anyone yet? When Scatha? You're the one who brought it up earlier.
What? Sorry, I've been a little.
Oh, sorry.
Asleep.
Okay, we probably should wrap it up. No, I was just gonna say, you brought it up earlier. I keep bringing up a countdown to a water park,
Yep.
and
Which,
this thing
you
is
know,
traveling by water.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Jog
I know
Beach
it's
Party
coming.
countdown.
Well, if this is all working
Music
according to
coming?
rules of magic, then the opening of the park may signify something.
Oh god, fucking magic.
Fucking
So
magic.
we haven't. Speaking of fucking magic, Carlos,
What?
do you want to try the psychometry just again?
Carlos swore
I'd
off
like-
fucking magic. It's
Wait.
too powerful, too dangerous.
Now that you have, you would have the 3 papers, the 3 like news articles. Although it would be the first one that is tied to it. That would be that might be enough. So, Carlos,
Yeah,
roll me
I
a use magic.
I'll do a use magic, but it'll be Carlos will just be like, "Hey, I'm grab one of the oldest article. I'm gonna try something real quick."
Yeah. Before you do that,
He rolls
Olivia,
it up
like,
and smokes it.
Oh.
I'm going
Olivia, like,
to
gets-
smoke you.
Carlos is the
I'm
imposed of the
going
party.
to smoke you.
Olivia gets behind Carlos, just bracing herself in case he goes flying again.
Oh no, I'm going in the back room. There's not enough room for me to go flying at that point. If you hear a thud, come look.
Fair enough.
Someone just
But
flipped
Hugo will
his
be-
character model 180, and he's just like, "Guys, help! I'm stuck."
We find Carlos like no clipping through a wall, and then we have to go get who's
All
the
the
guy who
Moss
works in the
agent.
back?
Hugo.
Yeah, Hugo to pull you out.
He should surprise you out with a spatula. Just a normal spatula.
Yeah,
I mean-
Hugo could. If you're facing through walls, call Hugo.
Hugo
Oh.
knows what to do in that regard. It's not the first time. But yeah, so you roll use magic. Okie dokie. Here we go. No plus forward is another mixed success.
Okay.
Hey, you
Now
didn't
let's
biff it this time.
boff it.
Off it.
Twist it.
Sorry, I'm
Crunch
trying to
it.
find the correct thing.
Crush it. Crush it.
Crush it. Kill it.
So,
Maim it. Burn it.
Carlos,
Mhm.
you pick up this article and you read over it
God.
with seeing the name, and you think back over all the information that your allies have gathered up, and you've webbed together in the good old conspiracy corporate manner. Um, and it's like you keep reading the article over and over, and then you hear the click of your cassette as the once again the music starts faint and distant. As you look out, and very similar to the night before, you are looking out at the gastric lakes or gastric ponds, depending on apparently when I wrote it. You again, it's that sensation of it feels like your skin is in the early stages of digestion just from the atmosphere, without even having to step into any of these bubbling or gurgling ponds of digestive juices. And there is that scent that you had in your attempt earlier gotten, but much richer now. Definitely the source of it. You don't see the man in the snakeskin jacket. Instead, you look out at where he had been standing. As you recognize where he had been standing, he hadn't been like standing on the shores or the meat leading into the shores, but rather standing on what looks to be an old raised platform, very similar to the kind you'd seen in parts of the Coral Gallery, but also very similar to the kind of raised platforms you'd see winding through Yellowstone Park and other geyser parks.
Mhm.
But there is a section where, through age or what have you, the railing is gone or missing with the slope to the boards. Clearly fallen in disrepair, or this has been partially digested and it hasn't been repaired yet. And the efforts to rebuild the interior exploration areas. But there you see a figure standing, their back to you, just looking down at where this missing section of railing is, looking down at the large pit that is bubbling and roiling with digestive fluids. And you step closer, but then as you take a step and your footsteps clack against the osteocrete slats, the figure whips around you and almost seems to ooze and slide in a way that is just not unnatural for the humanoid form that it is. As a hand lifts, bone or stripped of flesh down to the bone, pitted and corroded, a hand lifts up, and an out of fashion outfit partially dissolved around this form, as a blood red eye with pale blue stares at you. As you see the caustic stain of guilt.
Oh dear.
Metal.
And that's where we end for the
Metal.
night, as you blink your eyes open and see the picture of Maria Gomez in the painting, or of the newspaper article, burning away as if a drop of acid had been dropped on the face. And that's where we'll end for tonight.